What's up, good people? What's up? Wake up with me. It's your man, Tresvon Pratt, in the building with aim, always improving the mind. Man, what are some things that you would find to be quirky? What are some things that you do when nobody is looking? What are some things that you just know that is weird about you, right? What are some things? If you're confident enough, put it in the chat, put it in the comments. Let me put my link up in here so y'all could join me live so we could discuss it. Cause I got all types of quirks, man. Um, and why am I even talking about this? Because it's this one line that I always cater to in one of my favorite songs by J. Cole. He said, "Be you, that's when it seems beautiful." Love the wordplay. Love the wordplay. Be you, that's when it seems beautiful. In order for things to align with you properly, you have to properly be yourself. If you're not genuinely being yourself, who are you being? What are you being? Why? And then whatever you're being, that's what you're attracting. You don't attract what you think. You don't so much attract what you do attract what you focus on, but you attract who you are. So if you're being disingenuous with yourself, you'll you'll start to see why you're aligning with things that are disingenuous with you. I see it all the time where people will get upset at their situations, their circumstances, and I'm like, you created it. More often than not, you created the conflict that you're trying to get away from, right? You created the conflict that you didn't want in the first place. You created this. This is on you, right? And then they'll tell me right from wrong, and I'm like, you can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. And if you'll lie to yourself, I know you will lie to me. So conversation over. I see through it, man. When you're pure, when you're genuine, when you're honest with you, a lot of things can't, like, you can read between the lines. You can see clearly all of the blurred areas. You could tell when you're and when you're emotionally inclined, you can tell when you understand yourself and the things that you've been through, you could tell on somebody else, like, yo, you still going through something. You still healing. You still processing. I've been the bully, right? So I could tell you from experience that the bully is just an outcry. Most guys are the ones who fall into this category. And anger is a primary emotion that is shown. It's never the root emotion. They usually feel something else, and their outcry is anger, right? But if you was genuine enough to be like, yo, I'm feeling something, I'm dealing with something, whatever it is, whatever it is. So why is it so important to be unique? How to stand out, all of this stuff is by first accepting yourself. First accepting yourself. Hello. And that is awesome. That's fun. Cause I love me. I love me some me. I love learning about me. And I love trying new things and expanding my horizons. Shout out to my wife because she really like pushed me to action with this. Like I always knew I was unique, right? I always knew that I was an original. I always knew that. But, you know, You're amongst your peers in high school, 'cause I've been with my woman since high school. Yeah, that's my high school sweetheart. You're amongst your peers since high school, and you wanna fit in that era. I did a lot to look the part, right? I did what other people deemed was the right thing to do, whether it aligned with me or not, and I got a lot of attention that I didn't want it. I got in fights, I got in wrongful relationships all before my woman, all of that stuff, and I just was like, certain situations that I shouldn't have been in, but I learned all this stuff from experience, so it was like, man, once I decided, like, I don't like that, I don't want that, I don't want that result, I don't wanna be in that situation, I don't want this circumstance. I'm struggling by myself to look like I'm doing well for other people who are not here in my dark time. I was homeless. I was homeless trying to make sure I had fresh clothes and that didn't matter. Once I had enough time to myself and nobody's there, I was like, "Yo, let me focus on what does matter, me." But I always knew I was original. I always knew I liked different things, and I'd entertain those things for the most part, to keep my sanity, to keep my healthy perspective on life. But it was stuff that I wanted to do or wanted to try, and I wouldn't do it. So shout out to my wife because when she came around, she expanded my horizons by simply pushing me to do it. Like I could tell her about my dreams, and it's like, well, these things are obtainable. Do it. If it's what you want, go for it, right? And I knew that, but she was the trigger in my life that like, yo, I'm gonna do that. And once you start expanding your horizons, once you start to experience more things, hello, now you have more of a leg to stand on. Now you have more knowing of self, right? I know so many people who have a limited diet. What I mean by that is they only eat certain things. And I'm like, well, have you ever tried this? Have you ever tried this dish? It's one of the things that I love about travel. I want to try the food. I want to try what your culture eats. What are your dietary restrictions? What do you do over here? What are the seasonings you all use? What's a fruit that's not over in the US? I want to know. I want to see these things. I want to experience these things. I want to eat stuff, try new things, see new things. I want all the senses to experience something new. I want to see, hear, taste, smell, and feel something that I haven't felt, seen, heard, smelt, or I want that. I want that because experience, nobody can ever take the experience away from you. Nobody can ever take what you learned from you. This is why this is so powerful. And that's why being you is so powerful. Nobody can take that away from you. You have something to stand on. Once you experienced enough, then you can become grounded in who you are. You know more of what you do and don't like, will and will not tolerate, right? You know more of yourself. You know the type of boundaries that need to be set. You know what triggers you. Why is it so important to be unique? Because that same mentality I had about high school, just fitting in, riding the trends, everybody wants to be like the next person. To the point it's a lot of carbon copies out here. There's lack of originality. If somebody else did it, I gotta do it. Don't reinvent the wheel to success, just copy somebody else. The pathway is already paved. Like, it's like, yo, And we wonder why we get the same songs. It might be a different artist, but it's the same song, same song, same song. Might be different actors, but it's the same show, same show, same show. Might be different people, but it's the same movie, same category, same thing, man. That's why I love video games because a lot of them are very different. There's a lot of creativity that goes into video games. That's one of the reasons why I love video games. Like a lot of them are different. The video game realm is where a lot of experimentation has gone. What ifs? You could play out the theological and hypothetical. You could play these things out, and gives you like a sense of like thinking differently. That's one of the main reasons I play video games. That's one of the ways you could expand yourself, taking on another perspective, seeing a possible outcome of this cause and effect. Right. So why is it so important to be you? How to stand out? I need you to experience enough to know what you do and don't like, do and don't agree with, will and will not tolerate. Experience, right? They say you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. What that means at the core, you've developed some morals, some principles that you cannot be shaken or moved from. And this is what you're going to carry throughout your life. This is what your decisions will be based on. This is how you're going to move throughout life. You have some core principles about you. A lot of people don't define what those principles are, and we should talk about it, because I haven't fully defined a lot of stuff. We usually just throw it under the category of right and wrong. I'm gonna do what's right and not what's wrong, but right and wrong is subjective. So what's right for you may be wrong for the next person. What is right for you? What do you see as right? Those usually go in alignment with your morals. That's something that you stand for, right? So be you, man. Be your unique self. Be your unique self. That's why I really rock with J. Cole. Like, be yours, love yours, crooked smile, all of that stuff. He's really like, you don't have to be a image of what's accepted, right? And even those with the accepted image, like say for instance, you just outwardly handsome, you're just outwardly beautiful that everybody can see it, like you're obviously attractive. We have those struggles too. Notice how I put myself in that category because at first I didn't see myself as outwardly handsome. Like it really resonated in middle school when I, started paying attention and wanting to get the girls. They would be on like had their little huddles and their groups, and they'll always be like, "Which boy is handsome?" And I'd eavesdrop like, they about to get to me. What they gonna say? And they get to me, and they be like, "He alright." That stuck with me for a while, bro. Because it was different groups of girls would always come to the conclusion, "He alright." Nothing stood out about me, but guess what? I was trying to fit in. So, how could I stand out if I'm fitting in? I ain't know that at the time. I just took it on the chin like, "Okay, so I'm not attractive. I'm okay. I'm average." That's what I believed about myself for a good little minute, and then I said, I don't think I'm average. I ain't seen nobody else like me, and that's the beauty thing about why it's so important to be you is because There is no other you. There is no other you. It is only you, not your child. Nobody is you. Nobody before you, not a reincarnation. If you believe in stuff like that, nobody is you. You are who you are. You are it. There is none before you. Who are you? None after you. Who are you? And that is amazing. Only you can be you. Why be anything else? Why be anything else? Only you can be you. Be you unapologetically. So instead of like I could take the naysay, I could take what somebody else thinks about me, even if it's in a group setting. But if I don't believe it about myself, then I'm not going to take it in, right? I'm not going to take it personally. You take it personal when at the core you believe it to be true. So I stopped believing that I was I stopped believing that I wasn't that attractive. I'm average. And you know what I started telling myself? I'm handsome. I'm drop dead gorgeous. You got to be a lucky motherfucker to see something so beautiful. Huh. I'm sexy. All of that. And I truly believe these things. So you could say I'm ugly. I'ma laugh. Imma say the same thing I said in the beginning is what? If you can lie to yourself, you'll lie to anybody. You telling me that I'm ugly? I know you lying. You know? So that self-belief, you gotta build your own belief in yourself to be your true self, to be uniquely you. And once you have a certain belief in self, a certain confidence in you, that's the most attractive thing. That's the best thing. That's the best way to be. Not to be narcissistic, not to be cocky, right? But just to have a knowing of self, a true knowing of self, a genuinely like you. You know you. You know you. Even when it comes to selling yourself, right? And I don't like capping it in that phrase. But even when it comes to selling yourself, even when it comes to interviewing, uh, presentations, and, you know, selling yourself, you always focus on everything outside of you. You try to be what other people think, what you think other people want you to be. And you already lost at that point because we don't know what other people think. We can be perceptive, you know, we could be persuasive. I could tell by, your outward appearance what matters to you. I could tell a lot of things. I know a little psychology, but at the end of the day, I can't think like you think. I don't know what you think, but I do know who I am. And if you go to sell anything, you go to do any business, people buy you. You are the value. You are the value. You are the value. Let me say it again because I don't think we understand how important that is. Let me paint this picture. There's a aisle in every grocery store for water. the most abundant resource on the planet. People are selling water, and we buy different types of water, different brands of water. It's all the same thing. It might be filtered this way or distilled or whatever, but it's water that we're buying. We buy whatever brand of water that we see value in. You are the value. You are the value. No matter what you're selling, people are buying because of you. So be you within this. I've done this, man. I've done this. Like, let me be professional. Let me increase my vocabulary. Let me, work on this sales pitch. Let me come with this delivery. Let me, step one, two, three. Oh, I ain't make it to step, tell a marketer to call you and it's like, hang up immediately because they following the script. It's not them. That's not a human. It's not a person on the other line. I don't want to hear this, right? It's not somebody I could resonate with. It's not somebody I could connect to. It's not somebody who actually knows my problem that's trying to sell me something. No, not listening to you. But imagine the salesperson who actually went through or uses the product that they're selling. I use Shine. I use Shine. You see me. Like, I tell y'all about it. But regardless if y'all go or not, I'm gonna get my shine on. I'm gonna put this shine on. I put it on. I love it. Early in the morning. That's all I gotta put on. That little bit, that's all I gotta put on. It lasts me all day. I already smell amazing. I'm good to go. Easy. Somebody else see that, they be like, oh, proof is in the pudding. He using the product. Not only is he promoting it, but he's using the product. He likes it, and he use it continuously, consistently. Obviously, it must be good enough to try. Let me try it out. That's how it works. It's not because of the product is great, though it is. It's because the person that's telling you about it actually uses it and believes it to be great. So let me try. Be you. You are the value, right? And it goes along with keeping yourself priority. This is what we started off with. This is what we started off the year with. Keep yourself the priority. Let me tell you, let me be honest and real with y'all. People can only accept you for what you present to them. People can only accept you for what you present to them. So if you're on the face showing them a certain thing, then they accept you as that. This is why first impressions are important. This is why we judge by appearance. This is why, you know, this is why so many people tend to stay on the surface. A lot of people come to me like, don't nobody talk to me the way you do. That's because I saw through your impression. I saw through what you wanted me to believe about you because I've been there. Because I've been there. And it's so easy to go there. And I acknowledge when I could have gone there again. And it's like, no, it's really, it's like a fight to be yourself because it seems so right and so easy to to confide in like constrict yourself for somebody else. You ever see somebody is in a okay, Let's take it simple, simple approach. If you see somebody's hurt and crying, you're gonna approach them, try to approach them soft and gentle, and that might not be the approach that they need, but it changes the aura. It changes the aura of the room, the energy of the room, and it's like, I need to. Whereas me, what you crying for? What's the problem? Does it? And I ask, like, ask myself, like, does this situation a cause? Does it call for sympathy? Does it call for that approach? Because it's not always needed just because of the situation. You don't need any more coddling, sweetheart. You need to stand up, right? Stuff like that, man. People can only accept you for what you present to them. I told you I was a bully. I was a bully because I was lashing out because I was misunderstood. I was misunderstood because I was trying to fit in, and I was like, nobody sees me, nobody understands me, nobody's hearing me, right? Nobody really wants to be around me. They just want to see the next fight. They just want to see the next time this guy's around who he's going to snap on, right? I just want to be seen as, at that time, the man. The man is the tough guy. Let me be the tough guy. How can I show that I'm tough? I need to fight. And even within that, I still had some moral because I'm not gonna fight girls. I was a child then. I'm not gonna fight girls. I'm gonna fight the boys. So I need to find whichever boy I could fight. It got to the point where the only boys that I could fight left, and the only boys left to fight was the obvious weak ones. There was one guy I remember. His name was Wayne, and he had a disability. I don't remember which one, but I know he had brittle bones, and I was like, I'm not about to fight Wayne, and he got smart with me. And he got smart with me over a Pokemon game. I remember. It's crazy how this stuff comes back. Like I remember it like yesterday, and I haven't thought about this for years, for decades now. So that's crazy. But it was over a little game, you know. He had it. I wanted to try it out. He spazzed on me. He said something slick, and I was like, you know what I do, right? At that moment. I respected it though, and I was like, having morals about myself. I'm not gonna fight this little guy. There's no point. It's no point in me putting hands on him, right? So people can only accept you for what you present them. If you present them, you know, the tough guy, I'm alright. I don't need no assistance. I don't need no help. I don't need no guidance. I don't need no one to talk to me. I don't need nobody. Then don't be surprised when you have nobody. Hello? If you present yourself as super clingy and over needy, same result. Don't be surprised when you don't have nobody. People don't want to be clung on to. Not all the time. Not all the time. I love that about, feminine women. They have the tendency to latch on. I love that. But I can't carry you at all moments, sweetie. You gotta, let get off me right now. I gotta move. Don't stop me from moving. So if you're overly attached, you're overly clingy, and that's different for every person. If you're overly attached, overly clingy, don't be surprised when people want to detach, right? People can only accept you for what you present to them. If you're not being you, if you're not being your genuine self, then people are accepting you for whoever you're pretending to be. And if you're continuously around those people, then you're continuously pretending. You are living a lie, literally living a lie. That is not the way to live. So, why is it so important to be yourself, to be unique, to stand out, to keep your quirks? Because that is how you attract what it is that you want in your life. That is how you attract people who actually accept you for who you are because you are truly being who you are. It could seem intimidating that you flip that switch and you like truly you and people start to detach or separate from you. That's okay. I know it seems intimidating because it's like these people probably have been around you for years. These people probably, the ones who accept you for who you are as you presented yourself. These are the ones who are showing you the kind of love that they believe they're supposed to show you based on who you showed them you are. So if you change to them, you're changing to them. You're changing, but in all actuality, you are just starting to be yourself. Get rid of the lie. Stop living the lie. Be yourself, right? Do the things that entertain you, that you like. Don't go with the flow on everything. Direct the flow. If you realize that you're never the one that comes up with the activity or your activity never gets chosen out of the group, what y'all want to do tonight? I really rather just cuddle up and read a book. Oh no, we're gonna go to the bar. Okay. No. If you want to cuddle up and read a book, get your blanket and get your book. Right? You know how dope it is to have like multiple people reading in one setting? It's a vibe. If it's something that you like. But people can only accept you for who you present yourself to be. So be yourself. And when you be yourself, when you are truly yourself, people can only accept you, not your persona, not your Sasha Fierce. What is that? Your alter ego, not that person, right? People only can accept you. Say it's two sides to every coin, and which side of the coin did you see today? But guess what? It's still the same coin. Like everybody has that good and bad. Everybody has triggers. Everybody can snap. Everybody has limits and tolerances. Everybody has things they do and don't agree with. It's okay. It's all right. You don't have to be nice and agreeable, right? How many people, bro? We know too many people who are outrightly assholes. We know too many people who is going to find a reason to say no. They're accepted. Why are you afraid to be accepted if you say no on some things? You say no on everything, you leading into toxic. But don't be afraid to say no, man. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to entertain the things that you actually like. Don't be afraid to try new stuff, experience things, learn more about yourself. I've experienced a lot of hardships That's why I know it's better to choose happy. That's why I choose to smile. That's why I start the day with myself. That's why I laugh so much because I've been hurt so much. Understand this. And after I've been hurt so much, I can see the humor in so many more things. A lot of stuff don't hurt the same. A lot of stuff don't hurt for real. I've healed a lot. And I get so exhilarated when I learn more about me. When I piece that puzzle together, and I'm like, that's what it is. That's what I like. That's what I don't like. That's what it truly is. That's what that meant to me. That's why I snapped. That's why I just triggered and went hard. That's why I confronted. That's why I'm confrontational. That's why I am the way I am. And I can carry that about me. And I want you to be able to do the same thing. So be you, be yourself. If you are, I know people who randomly start dancing to the music in their head, you know. I'm like, bring that music out. I like to dance. I know people, I'm that person who I'm really speaking about me right now. I'm that person who would randomly bust out laughing, like weak laughing. And they're like, yeah, it's so funny. I get it all the time. What are you laughing at? What's so funny? And then it's like, well, I like to laugh, share it. And it's usually like it's funny. Like I be just randomly thinking of funny stuff. Like it's funny. My cousin, right? My cousin who's been on some of my lives, shout out to Cuzzo. What's up, Deshaun? He's been on some of my lives in the comments. And it's this one post that he's been sharing like every year. And every time I randomly think about it's funny. It's an older guy in the snow. He's like surprised that it's snowing. He's walking with the camera and he falls. He's okay apparently, but he falls and the video is hilarious. The way he falls, what he says, and all of that stuff. The video is hilarious. I randomly be thinking of stuff like that, like. And I told him this morning, I was like, yo, I was just thinking about this video. And he shared it again. I was like, every time I think of that video, guess what? I think of you. Like it's another way to keep the connectivity, another way to be genuine, another way to be happy and peaceful. Like, I'm thinking about stuff that's gonna make me smile and laugh. Why you smile and laugh so much? Because I think about things that make me smile and laugh. I don't focus on things that's gonna make me frown and upset. I don't have a resting face, to be honest. My face be tired by the end of the day, but that's me. If you're one like that, just be you. Even if it seems weird, it's not normal. Nothing is normal. What is normal? Who wants to be normal, right? It's boring. It's average. You're not average. You're unique. You're amazing, right? You got greatness in you. Everybody has potential, but you got to get through all of the dirt that was thrown on you to be able to shine. Get your shine, though. I love it. I love it. Get your shine on. So yeah, man, be you. Be your true authentic self. And I'm gonna close this one out. I had saw a post that I shared on social media. I saw a post that I shared on social media, and I'm gonna share that with y'all. It says, "Your energy is what makes others fall in love with you. How you make them feel. It is not your physique. It is not your money. It is not your profession that makes you magnetic. No. What makes you unforgettable is how you transform the hearts of those around you with your mere presence. That is your energy. That is your power. And I could try to explain this to some people. Some people don't understand, but your presence is a present. It's a gift. It's a blessing. Imagine the person who's stressed out, having a rough time, and really can't, when you're in a stressful form of thinking, you can't really see the good. And then you walk in the presence of somebody like me who can't help but see the who can't help but see the good, who can't help but smile and laugh, who can't help but approach you with such a ferocious energy of positivity. Hey man, what's up? You know, this person talking to me? He dapped me up. He gave me a hug. Dang, with a smile. It has no choice but to rub off. It has no choice but to inflict. It may not change that person's entire perspective, but it was able to boop, here's a pop of positivity. So it shows that everything is not all bad. Hello, just by being yourself. Simple things, bro. Simple. So remember this: be yourself, be your genuine self. Kind of get relentless in that. I'm not gonna promote you be an asshole, but that usually comes with the territory. It's okay. Um, expand your horizons, experience more so that you know more of what you do and don't like, will and will not tolerate, uh, agree and disagree with, right? Stand on what you believe, have some morals about yourself. You stand for nothing, you fall for anything, right? Remember, you are the value. Anytime you go to sell anything, people are buying into you. So remember, you are the value, and people can only accept you for who you present them for you to be. So present them your true self, and people will start accepting you for who you are. Boom. That's that, bro. This is your man Tresvon Pratt with AIM, always improving the mind. I look forward to coming to you guys with more and more and more mindset because this is what the world needs. Mental health is at an all-time high. We're kind of in like a mental health crisis, and it's a result, it's cause and effect. It's a result of all of the fear mongering and, you know, all the negativity that's been pushed outwardly that sells because you are the value when you're selling, but people buy off of emotion. So if you're selling your trauma and here's a gun, well, somebody's gonna feel like, well, I need one too, something like that. Another topic, but we really do just need the mental health up. And that's what I'm here for. I want to see you guys mentally healthy as I work on mine as well. I'm not perfect. Mindset coach still works on his mindset. Yes, I have therapy. I have I have coaches. I have these things that I'm speaking on. I practice what I preach. It's cold in here. Started stuttering. But I practice what I preach. So I'm not just telling you guys some BS that I read in a book. Nah, I'm telling you life experience that I applied. I continuously learn, relearn, unlearn, relearn again. And I just want to see you all be willing to do the same for you. And I live an abundant, fruitful life. I'm always going to be working for better and always improving. But I love how much improvement I've already made. I love where I am. I love life. I love life. And that's a beautiful thing. Even in the midst of the chaos, I still love life. It's not problems, it's challenges. Go back to that one. But I'll be seeing you guys. Thank you all for being here. Always love, much love. Man, I can keep on going. I just appreciate y'all. And I do this not just for y'all, but it's also for me. So I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow morning, man.